a lot on teaching prioritization, which could be a whole talk, but thinking about how to help kids plan and organize. And then literal backpack checks. For ADD, I will ask kids a lot to bring in their backpacks, help them think through and work on their organization systems and check to make sure that's happening to help with that. So those are some of my favorite smart brain. For emotion brain, I really want to help kids become aware of emotions. So a favorite, I call it feeling pies. So feeling pies is I take the feelings of inside out. We take out crayons and we give colors. So a feeling for joy or happiness, sadness, anger, fear. And I always say you can add a feeling if it's missing. Then I'll make a circle around a topic and I'll say, what are your feelings about school? And it's much easier for kids to kind of draw that feeling with color and then talk about it. It's sort of a nice way. We'll do backpack checks as I shared. We'll kind of look at healthy with different feelings. We'll talk about kind of coming up with healthy playbooks. Well, what's the healthy playbook for when I'm angry versus what is my current playbook? And we'll then kind of figure it out and practice it. Another one is we'll talk about and help them practice sort of figuring out, showing small, medium, and big of a certain feeling, helping them practice to gain control of it. Show me small anger, show me medium anger, show me large, show me small, and helping them just practice and act it to help them know what it feels like. But then we'll talk about the idea that there's 3 kinds of problems. There are small, medium, and big problems, and how to recognize small problems don't change our lives and are typically fixable and aren't big deals, versus big problems change our life, aren't typically fixable, and are pretty big deals. And I'll throw out scenarios and have kids sort of see what kind of problems are. Yeah, have kids see what kind of the problems are. And then from there, we will see what kind of problems, but then we'll talk about the idea of over time, we pair small problems with small feelings or small reactions. So that's something we kind of help with that congruity, because a lot of times kids have really big reactions to small problems and helping them learn. And then the last thing that's really important, and the biggest thing I do, a lot of what I call calming tools. Calming tools are about emotion regulation, and they're the tools that help get our smart brain back online to make healthy choices. So what I did is I went through all the literature, all the things, and I found all the tools that have a good amount of evidence supporting that they reduce our physiological arousal. And I tell kids and every human being I work with, every human being needs 2. And the goal is in therapy to help you find your 2. So after I introduce this, we might do sessions. We start with a new calming tool. We'll try it. I'll ask them, did they like it? Did they not like it? And I say it can be on the list of a good calming tool if it passes the calming tool test. So number 1, it has to work to calm you down. Number 2, it can't draw attention to you. So screaming, yelling, throwing might feel good and help you calm eventually, but it's off the list. It has to be safe, so cutting, burning, pulling, off the list. Our 2 need to be portable, so that's why your pet isn't on the list, because you can't bring your pet everywhere, and it can't lead to avoidance. So that's why distraction has a big old asterisk, because distraction is a really good way to calm yourself down. But again, it's highly likely to lead to avoidance, especially with anxiety. So if you can use 5 minutes of distraction, calm down and get back to what you're doing or talk about it or engage, awesome. But if you're not part of that group, you can't use that tool. So very fast, we'll go over this idea, and then we'll go over and kind of teach kids and practice this stuff until we kind of find their 2. So now with anxiety, a lot of these skills are embedded. A lot of the F skills that we just are the feeling skills and part of FACE. But then there's certain tools that I teach kids that we want them to have before we start really engaging And the competence phase is doing the work of overcoming and working on your anxiety. These are all the tools I teach in acquisition. And because of time, I'm going to jump rather than explain them and show you a quick video. But we teach these tools. These tools lead to a script, and then that script leads to what we do and guide kids as we do anxiety challenges. So I'm going to have my compatriot share a quick 6-minute video so you can see all these skills come alive that we like kids to have with anxiety. So folks, again, you've now witnessed a bunch of tools and we've talked about it kind of like skiing, but remember, things don't get better till we start using those skills and doing it. And so now I want you to see those skills come to life and how they come together to help kids do. And so I was able to volunteer my daughter, so she's been drafted, but we did negotiate ahead of time. And so she is getting a reward for her bravery, and we do that a lot. But one of the things that does make her anxious is singing on camera or singing in public. So now you're going to see those skills come to life and watch how I kind of coach her through doing this challenge. And remember, that's where you're going to have a coaching sheet as well to help guide you through helping your child or student engage in these tools after they've learned them. So Lila, remember the challenge